안녕 guys. Hi everyone. I'm sure you're already done all the work and now you're checking your work is correct. If there is any mistake, you need to correct them, or if you have any question, make sure you ask help. Let's start. Number 1 and 2 is asking. Find the inverse of each relations, then determine whether it is one-to-one function. So number 1, how we can find inverse of R inverse. You need to switch X and Y and make an ordered pair. So from here, how we can find it's a one-to-one function. If you have each x value has only one y value, that's function, right? One-to-one function, your inverse has to have also one x value to one y value. So right here, both has each x value has one y value. Yes, it is a one-to-one function. Number 2, if you're confused by just looking the diagram, you can also make the ordered pair for your function first. Some of you, just by looking, you can find the relations. Okay, so inverse, you switch x and y. Oops. All right. Now, let's see if they are one-to-one function. First one, each x value has one y value, even though -5, 8 has the same output, it doesn't matter as long as each one has only one output. Okay, however, if you're looking at the inverse, do you see -1 has both -5 and 8 as the output? So it's not one-to-one function. Number 3 to 5, you are using horizontal line test. So you draw the horizontal line on the graph. If there is any intersection more than one, then it is not a one-to-one function. So number 3, 4 is not one-to-one function. Number 5, yes, it is a one-to-one function. All right, number 6 to 9, you will find the inverse function by algebraically step 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 6, the final answer, f inverse of x is -x plus 9. Number 7, first step, replace f of x as y. Rest of it, you just read it as it is. Second step, you're gonna switch x and y. Step 3, you will solve for y. So you're gonna add 7 both sides. That will give you x plus 7 equal 4 over 3y. Now this is the time you're using reciprocal in order to get rid of the fraction in front of variable, right? So what is the reciprocal of 4/3? It is 3/4, right? So you're gonna multiply 3/4 on both sides. It will be 1 on right side. 1 times y is y. So distribute 3/4 on each term. 3/4 x plus 3 times 7, 21 over 4 equal y. All right? So f inverse of x equal 3/4 x plus 21/4. Number 8, first step, y equals square root x minus 5. Second step, switch x and y. And third step, solve for y. So get rid of -5 first by adding 5 both sides. And then we need to get rid of this square root. How you can get rid of square root? You're gonna square both sides. That will undo that square root. So x plus 5 square equal that square root, square cancel out, y. And you remember we need to FOIL x plus 5 times x plus 5. X times x, x squared. 5 times x, 5x. And x times 5, 5x. And 5 times 5, 25. Equal y. And combine the like term, that will be what? 10x, right? So let's rewriting f inverse of x is x squared plus 10x plus 25. Bam, we done number 8. Let's get it on number 9. First step, y equal x minus 2 fourth power. Second step, switch x and y. Now we're gonna solve for y. Let's review quick. If you have a y squared equal 4 and we solve for the y, what we need to do? We need to put square root in order to get rid of that square. And when you do left side or right side, you need to do same thing in opposite side. However, since it's a square, like an even exponent, you need to put plus minus in front of that square root. So this will become y is plus minus 2, since 4 is 2 squared, right? What about you have a fourth power? The principle is very same. We're gonna put root. However, instead of square root, we're gonna put fourth root. Okay? And same thing, if you have an even number of exponent, you put plus minus in front of that fourth root. Okay? So you're gonna have plus minus fourth root x equal y minus 2, because that fourth root and fourth power cancel out each other. The last step, you're gonna add 2 on both sides. So plus minus fourth root x plus 2 is y. Now let's rewriting as an inverse. F inverse of x is plus minus fourth root x plus 2. In order to determine whether the pair of functions are inverses or not, what we need to use? The composed functions. So if f of g of x equal x and g of f of x is also x, then they are inverses each other. So number 10, let's do f of g of x first. So 6, and instead of your x, you're gonna key whole thing of g of x inside of the parentheses. So 6 times of 1 over 6x plus 5 over 2. That is same from g of x. Then finish off from f of x, subtract 15. Distribute 6 to both terms, and it will give you x plus 15 and minus 15. So if you simplify, at the end of what you're gonna have, x by itself, right? Now let's see if g of f of x also come out as x. So g of x starts 1 over 6. Instead of x, we're gonna put whole thing from f of x, which is 6x minus 15, and finish it up, g of x plus 5 over 2. Same process, you're gonna distribute 1 over 6 for each terms. It will be x by itself and minus 5 over 2, and finish up plus 5 over 2. At the end, we will only have x itself. So since both came out as x as their result, yes, they are inverses. Number 11, the result came out x plus 7 over 2, which is not came out as a x. So this is not inverse. Number 12, f of g of x is square root. Instead of x, what I need to put, whole thing from g of x, which is x minus 9 squared minus 4. And finish up with f of x plus 4. And outside of square root, I still have to have what? Plus 9. Pay attention from here. You can be confused. So negative 4 and positive 4, it will be 0. So we can cancel them out. And the square and square root, can I cancel them? Yes, we can get rid of them. And it will come out x minus 9. And bring the plus 9 from original function. So x minus 9 plus 9. So what happened? It will come out as a x because negative 9, positive 9 will cancel out. Now we're working on g of f of x. Same process, guys. We need to put f of x into g of x, right? So instead of f of x, I put it this whole expression for x plus 9, and this will close by negative 9 squared minus 4. All right, positive 9, negative 9 will cancel out. And there is a square root and square. Can we cancel them each other? Yes. So it will come out x plus 4 and bring the minus 4 from there. So minus 4. So we will have x itself because of 4 and negative 4 will be 0. All right. So both came out x as a result. Yes, they are inverses each other. Number 3, f of g of x is 1/4 of whole thing from g of x, right? It goes in there. It's what? Cube root 4x minus 12. And finish with the last part from f of x. All right. Can you find the one missing part I didn't put yet? I forgot to put cube or third power, right, of x, which is of g of x. So look at here. There's a cube root and cube, so we can cancel each other. So eventually we will have 1/4 of 4x minus 12 and bring the negative 3. So minus 3 goes there. And distribute them and simplify. You will have x minus 3 and minus 3. So x minus 6 is not come out as a x itself. So we don't even need to check g of f of x, right? So not inverses. Number 14 and 15, find the inverses of each function and graph both functions. So let's graph. When you have linear function, if you know y-intercept and slope, it will be easy to graph. So start from y-intercept -4 and your slope is -2/3. So if I go up 2, then left 3. I go up 2, left 3, go up 2, left 3, or go down 2, right 3, go down 2, right 3. Now let's graph inverse of f of x. Start from -6, -6, and the slope is -3/2. So if I go up 3, left 2, go up 3, left 2, keeping going. And if I go down 3, right 2, down 3, right 2. And if you find the inverses correctly and also graph correctly, you should see their relationship between function and inverse function. It has to be look like reflect across y equal x. When you have square on your function, that's a quadratic function, which your graph will look like either U shape or upside down U shape. So since we have negative in front of x, our graph should look like upside down U shape. And similar to our absolute value function, you're gonna have a symmetry on left side and right side. I will use make a table. So when x is a 0, and if x is a 0, y will be 6. When x is a -1 or +1, that will be same result, and it will be -1 plus 6, which will be 5 on both ways. When x is -3 or +3, that will be same result. So 3 squared is 9, so -9 plus 6 will be -3. I plotted those points already, so now let's make a smooth U shape. For f of inverse functions graph, we're using same table. However, our x and y value will be switched. So when x is a 6, y will be 0. When x is a 5, y will be -1 and also +1. When x is -3, y will be also -3 and also +3. Let's draw the graph. All right, so both graphs are on there. f of x and f inverse of x, and it looked like reflected across y equal x. All right. Congratulations to all who got all the right answers. But if you have any mistakes, that's fine. Make sure you find out why you had that mistakes, and if you need a help, seek for help, and you will master one day. Bye for now, everyone. 안녕.